Yes, I got beat up by a cop, pretty bad. Actually, it was by 2 cops. Wasn't really. I think this was in '99, and I was painting some alley with this kid Erupt. And what happened was these cops, these undercover cops, saw us painting, and they thought that we were like burglars or whatever, right? So they called a regular car to sweep us down the alley into these undercovers who would just surprise us and get us, right? But what ended up happening is we split like that. The car was coming this way, and I ran like this, so the car sped up, you know. Of course, cops are in chase, so they're gonna speed up, but then I cut back real quick, and one of the cops, the driver, he jumped out, he grabbed my bag, and I let it go. And he fell on his face, basically, and hit his tooth. And I guess that made him mad, and the other cop was running after me, and he took his mag light, and he overhand threw it at me. It ended up hitting me in the right shoulder, or the left shoulder blade, and I got the wind knocked out of me. And so of course I wasn't running as fast as I could. I was like, "Ah, ah, ah." He came up and tackled me, and I guess he wrenched my face into the ground, so I had like scab all down my face, and he was sitting on me and like wrenching my neck to the side and pulling it up. Then the other cop came who had fallen, and he was pretty much pissed off at this point. He ran up and kicked me in the back. They arrested me and pulled my hair, ripped some hair out and stuff like that. Got me to the car, and the cop who fell on the ground, ripped his pants or whatever, he took me to the car and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're such hot shit, you graffiti fucker," and saying all these F words and stuff like that. And then took me to the car. The other cop was basically down the alley by that point, calling it in. Took me, my hands were behind my back. Bam! Like there's a crossbar that goes across the back window. He bashed my face into it. And basically, I was fainting at that point. I was like sliding to the side or whatever. And he grabbed me and threw me in the back seat. And went and looked and talked to the cop and whatever, and they were looking at their teeth, at his tooth and stuff. And then he came back and spit on me in the back of the car, like opened up the door and was like, spit on me. And I talked to some lawyers or whatever, and they wouldn't take the case. The main reason was they said the police are gonna lie in court no matter what. They said, we know that they do this in brutality cases, they're gonna lie. They knew that, the lawyers knew that I didn't have like police documentation, so they knew that that wasn't gonna hold up if I didn't have documentation. And they said that since I was running away, that the police were going to say they used necessary force or whatever, which doesn't really, you know, doesn't really justify a cop spitting on you and bashing your face into a crossbar of a police car, you know, or like wrenching your neck around. But you know, there's not anything you can do. And the way that it worked out is I got the police report, but they used the badge number of the undercover cops instead of the cops that beat me up. So there's like no way around it, you know. I hate cops.